So we saw this demo yesterday where we lit a tea bag on fire. And then up it goes. And a lot of you guys said that that was because of convection. Convection means that hot air rises. But why is that? Well, it takes something that is moving a little bit, and when we add that heat energy, it starts to move a lot, and we know that less dense things float to the top, and more dense things sink. So as the molecules are going faster, they start to float, and they float because of the heat. So today, we actually just have pictures. Our notes are very quick. You're going to have 6 words, so make sure you keep enough space for that. The first thing you need to know is what solids look like. We should already know this. They're moving slightly, but they're in order. So make sure you draw your molecules in a row. When we add thermal energy, just like when you add energy to anything, it starts moving faster. So those molecules spread out a little bit, and that's our liquid. But notice how it takes the shape of the container. They spread out, but they're still falling to the bottom of the container. Finally, if we add more thermal energy, we get liquid to gas, which is evaporation. And at this point, those molecules are flying everywhere and taking up the whole volume. So we know that solids, liquid, and gases exist because of how much thermal energy is in there. And yesterday we talked about the 3 types of heat transfer. Conduction is in solids, convection is when liquids and gases rise, and radiation, we can think about the sun rays moving away. So we need to look at what the molecules look like. So make sure you write conduct means touch. Also that D in conduct can stand for solid, or that U in conduct can stand for touch, however you want to remember it. This kind of works like a game of hot potato. One molecule starts moving fast in a solid, and that transfers its heat to the next one, to the next one, and eventually all these would be moving. But when you draw it, make sure you draw 3 movement lines on the first one, 2 movement lines, and then 1 movement line. Eventually the heat will pass, but right now it's only in the first 3. Our next one is convection. To remember that convection means liquids and gases rise, we're going to add arrows to our V. We're also, every time we see it, going to underline and write rise. Our diagram is just going to be hot air rising, and that's going to push the cold air down to the ground to fall. This only happens in gases and liquids. Finally, we have radiation. We can think of radiation as the sun rays, or it could be rays from a fire that go across, or from a heater that go across. So that's just going to be our wave. Your prove it today will be mostly on this, but this is important so you understand how the molecules move in these 3 types of heat transfer. Y'all have had a great week. Let's finish strong today and tomorrow.